So, Mike, you just got to go out to the street, right?
This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. We are located at 525 Arbramar Avenue, Arbramar Avenue, Pacific Palisades, California, 90272. We are performing a video sewer inspection through the 4-inch PVC plastic mainline sewer cleanout that is below a concrete sewer lid. It's stamped Brooks Sewer on the concrete lid, and this is right in front of the garage door, right on the right hand corner of the garage door. This is the front of the property, the driveway area, and we're going to begin running through our 4-inch PVC mainline sewer cleanout. Dropping in the cleanout now. Piping consists of PVC plastic pipe and fittings. We're going to just run out. We're just going to run out kind of briskly and see if we can wash off the camera lens in the city sewer. And as we pull back, it'll be easier for us to actually see what's going on in the line. But it appears that there's long length of PVC plastic pipe and fittings, and we'll probably transition to vitreous clay more than likely. We're making a drop now, going into a little bit of water, and then we transition right here to vitreous clay. And yeah, we do have some debris in there, so we're just going to run out, see if we can rinse our camera lens off in the city sewer, and then we'll take a look at the line on the way back. We've got some issues in the city. Looks like we have a major break right here. And we do. We have a major break. We're going to pause for one moment. We're going to locate this area because we may have a very difficult time even getting over this area. We're going to pause. Okay, we've marked this area right at the curb with a dot of orange paint, and it is at 5 foot 7 inches deep at this point. We're going to pull back just a tiny bit. We're going to see if we can jump over this area. You can see where it's broken right there and offset, and we're going to try and push through now. Yep, we got over it. And we're going to continue to push out. We're not going to be able to see a whole lot right now with the water running, but we just want to get into the city sewer, and then we'll shut our water off, and then we'll begin pulling back. We'll take a look at the entire lateral, the rest of the line back to the house. I'll pause our mic for a moment. we are in the city sewer. We're going to pull back to the connection now. Fortunately, we have a gardener next door now with his blower. It'll be difficult to try and narrate over the blower, but we're going to try. I'll try and talk as loud as I can. We're going to continue pulling back now to our city sewer connection. We've got our camera lens rinsed off now. Be a little bit easier to see what we've got going. We're going to shut our water off in the house first, so we're going to pause for one moment. Okay, we've got our water shut off. Just going to continue to pull back. Got our water draining down right now. Might take another couple minutes for it to drain down all the way. But we're going to try and find our inlet, pulling back. See where we come up to our lateral connection, our city sewer saddle connection, where we drop into the city sewer. I believe we're making a turn here. Now we're coming up. And that's our city sewer saddle tie-in connection right here. This is the edge of the saddle. And this is our city sewer. So now we're going to begin pulling back. You can see everything floating in the air. And what that is, that's sewer gases. Those are noxious sewer gases, very toxic. So we're going to continue to pull back now. And that's the saddle. The saddle area appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. The next joint though, we have a major separation right here in the street and a major offset as well. So we're going to pause again. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we've marked this area out in the street with an orange dot of paint, and we are at 7 foot 3 inches deep. And this is a joint before the saddle, and we got quite an offset. You can see starting from about the 7 o'clock area, going up toward the 11 o'clock area. So it shifted quite a bit to the right. You shouldn't see that full face of the pipe on the left-hand side. And you've got a pretty large gap. You've got about a 2-inch gap between the joint that you shouldn't have.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, big crack.
We're going to pause our mic for just a moment. Okay, so we're gonna continue to pull back. Okay, we're pulling back. We've marked that area out with an orange dot of paint in the street. That next joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Next joint's got a little bit of a separation there as well, and a little bit of an offset. Not terrible, but it is separating and offsetting. A little bit of an offset here, but not terrible again. Making a little bit of a turn. In a little bit of a turn, we got a pretty large offset right there, and it's holding back some water. As we go toward the joint, we're actually going up against the face of it. We don't have any major root intrusions. We can't see it all, unfortunately, because of it holding back some water, but we've also got some concrete slag in there. So it could be more the slag than an offset. Very difficult to tell. We're going to blow this up on our laptop at the office later on. We can look at it better. I see some concrete slag off to the right. And on the left-hand side, it looks like the joint's fairly well lined up. So that may be just concrete slag. I'm going to continue to pull back, making a little bit of a turn. And right here is where we have our break. You can see it's cracked just inside the joint, and you see how separated and offset this is in this area. And we've marked this area out at the curb, and that's shifted quite a bit. You can see the entire face of the pipe on the side. And we got some buildup at the bottom. It's difficult to see exactly what's going on, but that thing is shifted probably about a good 3 inches. So we're going to continue to pull back. And that's at 60 feet. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. And now we have quite a bit of root intrusion in this joint. As you can see, you've probably got about 50% restriction. And there's a large crack right there. Right here we have the face of the pipe. And then right next to it we have a very large crack that's separating. And we have the root intrusion. So we're going to pause for a moment now, and we're going to locate this area. Okay, we've located this area and we've marked it out with an orange flag. It is at 5 foot 5 inches deep in the parkway area. We marked it with the orange flag at 5 foot 5 inches deep. So there's a large crack, very large crack, all the way around from what it appears. And major root intrusion in that joint. Next joint has a little bit of an offset, but not terrible. From what we can see, we're coming back to what I believe is the PVC, because I was getting hooked on something here, and it is. So that's the 4 inch to 6 inch transition right here. And we're going to locate the 4 inch to 6 inch transition real quick. So we're going to pause for one more moment. Okay, we marked this area at 5 foot 5 inches deep, and it is just to the left of the walkway to the house, adjacent to the sidewalk area. It's right in that corner, right where the fence is. We're going to begin pulling back. We have quite a bit of buildup in this sectional line. We'll pull back. We're going to pull all the way back now, and we're going to take a look. These joints all appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. We've got another clean out back behind us, which we're going to talk to the buyer about and see if they want to run through that area.
I hear you guys found some fun stuff up there.
Yeah.
I'm Corey. I'm a general contractor.
That will conclude our video sewer inspection from this sewer clean out. We're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're at the back of the house now. This is the back. This is the guest house back behind us. We are at the rear corner of the house by the barbecue area. We have a 4-inch PVC mainline clean out. We're going to begin running through. I'm going to zero out our camera monitor real quick. Okay, we're going to begin running through. Take a look at the line. A little tiny bit of water as we entered the clean out. We got some debris in there in the line. There's an inlet at the top from a fixture. Okay, we're going to continue running through. We got a little bit of buildup in the waistline under the house. Not terrible at this point. I wouldn't even flush it out at this point, but eventually it may need to be flushed. This line is apparently coming from the guest house at the back of the property. Get a little debris on our camera lens. Okay, I'm going to have to run some water, try and clear the camera lens. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, we've got some water running now. And we're going to continue to run through. And then we'll take a look at it on the way back. Because we're going to keep running through. And we're going to keep getting debris on the camera lens. On the way back, it's a lot easier because you're dragging the camera and you don't get the debris on it like you do pushing out. I have the tub in the guest house running. It's going to take a minute for the water to get here. No. Shouldn't be. I didn't see any branch lines coming into it.
So this goes. This is this. This is this. This is this place. Right?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. No, there's no.
I have a subcontractor who installs drains, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a special.
It's weird.
Did I get any water?
Okay, it took us a little while to get the water coming through, but we got water coming through now. So we're gonna just continue to push all the way out. Then we'll shut down our water. Then we'll take a look at the line. A little bit of turn. Make another turn, and now we're into our vitreous clay. We're at the sidewalk area. So we're going to begin pulling back now. We're going to shut our water down, let our water run down, dissipate, and then we'll go ahead and pull it back and take a look at the line.
I'll shut it down.
We're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we're going to continue to pull back. Going to continue to pull back and take a look at the waistline.
But it's not like scaling. But to get a good view, you can't
Um,
do it from here, they're gonna do it from Rocket.
We'll continue to pull back now. Got a little tiny bit of water in here. We're kind of holding up the home inspector right now in the back as well. We're going to try and pull back, take a look at the line. Everything so far looks to be in pretty fair condition. We're not underwater. Looks like we're draining pretty well. Long lengths of PVC. And we actually did go through the front, so we don't have an issue. That was just a lot of buildup getting caught on that joint. Not a big deal. Piping all looks to be in pretty fair condition in the PVC. Making a little bit of a turn. Those joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. As I said, long lengths of white PVC plastic. Joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. More inlets. All the joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. There's some buildup in the pipe, as I said, but scaling, not a big deal. Most of that will flush through in time. And if they had to clean it, it would be some time before they'd have to clean it. Pulling back. Joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Pulling back toward our clean out. Another inlet. Those joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition, as do those. These joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. Making a turn. Those joints look to be in fair condition and coming back toward our mainline sewer cleanout. And we're up and out of our mainline sewer cleanout for the back of the house, which services the guest house area We're going to try and get on the roof, and we're going to take a quick look and see if we can run through the clean out. And pause for a moment.
Walk up here and bring everything.
That will conclude our video sewer and waste line inspection.